The kindness of the tiny turtle. In a lush, green forest lived a tiny turtle named Timmy. Timmy was not just any turtle. He had a heart full of kindness and a shell adorned with beautiful patterns that looked like a map of the forest. Timmy lived by a clear blue pond, surrounded by tall trees and colorful flowers. He loved his home and enjoyed the company of his forest friends. His best friends were a lively rabbit named Rosie, a wise old owl named Oliver, and a playful squirrel named Sammy. Timmy was known throughout the forest for his generosity. One sunny morning, while he was enjoying a leisurely swim, he heard a faint cry for help. It was a little bird named Bella, who had injured her wing and couldn't fly back to her nest. "Don't worry, Bella," Timmy said softly. "I'll help you." Timmy carefully carried Bella on his back and slowly made his way to the bird's nest high up in a tree. With the help of Rosie, Oliver, and Sammy, they created a makeshift ladder using vines and branches. Together, they gently placed Bella back in her nest, safe and sound. "Thank you, Timmy," Bella chirped happily. "You are so kind." Timmy just smiled, happy to have helped his friend. One summer, the forest faced a terrible drought. The pond dried up, and the trees and plants began to wither. The animals were thirsty and worried about how they would survive. Timmy knew he had to do something. He remembered hearing stories from Oliver about a magical spring deep in the forest that never dried up, no matter how hot and dry it got. "Let's find the magical spring," Timmy suggested to his friends. "It can save our forest." Rosie, Oliver, and Sammy agreed, and together they set off on a journey to find the spring. The journey was long and filled with challenges. They had to cross a wide, rushing river. Timmy, being a strong swimmer, helped his friends by ferrying them across on his back, one by one. Next, they encountered a dense thicket of thorny bushes. Oliver, with his sharp eyesight, guided them through the safest path, while Timmy used his sturdy shell to shield his friends from the thorns. After many days of traveling, they reached a dark and gloomy part of the forest where the trees were so tall and close together that hardly any sunlight could penetrate. Here, they found a wise old tortoise named Tessa. Tessa had lived in the forest for many years and knew about the magical spring. "I can guide you to the spring," Tessa said, "but you must promise to use its water wisely and share it with all the creatures of the forest." Timmy and his friends agreed wholeheartedly. Tessa led them through the dark forest, and after a few more days of travel, they finally reached a hidden glade where the magical spring bubbled up from the ground. The water was crystal clear and cool. Timmy and his friends filled their bottles and containers with the precious water and hurried back to their forest. When they returned, they carefully poured the magical water into the dry pond. To their amazement, the pond began to fill up again. They also sprinkled the water on the trees and plants, and soon, the forest started to come back to life. The animals, seeing the miraculous transformation, gathered around Timmy and his friends, cheering and thanking them for their bravery and kindness. Timmy, Rosie, Oliver, and Sammy continued to share the magical water with everyone in the forest, making sure that no creature went thirsty. However, not everyone was happy. A sly fox named Felix, who lived on the edge of the forest, grew envious of the attention and admiration Timmy was receiving. Felix hatched a plan to steal the magical spring's water and claim it for himself. One night, he snuck into the glade where the spring was hidden, intending to fill his own containers. As Felix tried to fill his containers, the magical spring began to bubble furiously. The wise old tortoise Tessa appeared and caught Felix in the act. "Felix," Tessa said sternly, "the spring's water is meant to be shared, not stolen. Your greed will bring no good." But Felix didn't listen. He tried to run away with the water, but as soon as he stepped out of the glade, his containers turned into sand, and the water slipped through his paws. Realizing his mistake, Felix returned to Tessa, ashamed and humbled. "I'm sorry," he said. "I was wrong to be selfish. Can you forgive me?" Tessa, seeing the sincerity in Felix's eyes, nodded. "You must learn from this, Felix. True happiness comes from helping others, not from hoarding for oneself." Felix decided to make amends. He approached Timmy and his friends, admitting his wrongdoing and asking how he could help the forest. Timmy, always kind-hearted, welcomed Felix's change of heart. "We all make mistakes, Felix. What's important is that we learn from them." Felix joined the efforts to care for the forest, using his cunning in positive ways. He helped find new sources of food, protected the forest from dangers, and even guided lost animals back home. With everyone working together, the forest flourished more than ever. The animals lived in harmony, sharing resources and looking out for one another. Timmy continued to be a symbol of kindness and generosity, reminding everyone that even the smallest creature could make a big difference. To celebrate their unity and the rejuvenation of the forest, the animals decided to hold an annual festival of kindness. There were games, dances, and a grand feast, with each animal contributing something special. Timmy was honored as the guest of the festival. As he looked around at his happy friends, he felt grateful for the journey they had all taken together. As the festival drew to a close, Tessa gathered the animals and shared a story about the power of kindness and the importance of helping one another. "Remember," Tessa said, "kindness is a gift that always comes back to you. When you help others, you make the world a better place for everyone, including yourself." Timmy grew older, and as he did, he passed on his knowledge and the lessons of kindness to the younger animals. He taught them to be brave, generous, and to always help those in need. The forest continued to thrive, and the spirit of kindness spread beyond its borders, reaching neighboring villages and forests. Timmy's story became a legend, told and retold by animals and humans alike. It reminded everyone that true strength lies in kindness, and even the smallest acts of generosity can have a huge impact. As Timmy grew older, he looked for new guardians to continue his work. He found two young turtles, Lily and Leo, who showed the same kindness and bravery that had guided him throughout his life. "Lily and Leo," Timmy said, "I am passing on this responsibility to you. Take care of our forest and all its inhabitants. Remember, kindness is the greatest gift you can give." Lily and Leo promised to uphold Timmy's legacy. They continued to care for the forest, ensuring that it remained a place of harmony and kindness. One day, while exploring a hidden cave, Lily and Leo found ancient carvings on the walls. The carvings told stories of past guardians and their acts of kindness. They realized that they were part of a long line of caretakers who had dedicated their lives to the well-being of the forest. They decided to create a school where they could teach the young animals about the importance of kindness, wisdom, and unity. The school became a place of learning and inspiration for generations to come. One day, the magic spring showed signs of drying up. Lily and Leo knew they had to find a way to restore it. They embarked on a new adventure, traveling far and wide to find a solution. Their journey took them to distant lands and introduced them to new friends. Along the way, they faced challenges and learned valuable lessons about perseverance and teamwork. In a remote mountain village, they met an old hermit who revealed the secret of the spring. The spring's magic comes from the kindness and unity of those who protect it, the hermit said. As long as the forest remains a place of harmony, the spring will never run dry. With this newfound knowledge, Lily and Leo returned to the forest, more determined than ever to maintain the spirit of kindness and unity. They shared the hermit's wisdom with the other animals, who pledged to continue living in harmony and helping one another. To celebrate their renewed commitment, the animals organized a grand festival of harmony. They invited creatures from neighboring forests and villages, spreading the message of kindness far and wide. The festival was a joyous occasion filled with music, dance, and stories of bravery and generosity. It became an annual tradition, reminding everyone of the importance of living in harmony. Under the guidance of Lily and Leo, the forest continued to thrive. The animals worked together, sharing resources and supporting one another. The magic spring flowed abundantly, providing water for all. Lily and Leo's school flourished, teaching the young animals about the values of kindness, wisdom, and unity. The forest became a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who heard its story. As time passed, new guardians emerged, each taking on the responsibility of caring for the forest and its inhabitants. The legacy of kindness and unity lived on, ensuring that the forest remained a place of beauty and harmony. One day, as Lily and Leo looked out over the thriving forest, they felt a deep sense of fulfillment. They had learned that true happiness comes from helping others and living in harmony with nature. They gathered the animals and shared their final lesson. Remember, kindness is a gift that keeps on giving. When you help others, you make the world a better place for everyone, including yourself. With their hearts full of gratitude, Lily and Leo passed on their responsibilities to the next generation of guardians. They knew that the spirit of kindness and unity would continue to guide the forest for years to come. The story of the tiny turtle Timmy and his friends lived on, inspiring countless others to embrace kindness and generosity. The forest remained a place of harmony, where all creatures lived in peace and supported one another. One day, a mysterious stranger arrived in the forest. He was an old, wandering tortoise named Tiran. Tiran had traveled far and wide, gathering stories and wisdom from every corner of the land. He had heard of the forest's remarkable transformation and wanted to see it for himself. Tiran found Timmy resting by the pond and introduced himself. "I've heard of your kindness, Timmy," he said. "Your actions have inspired many across the land. But there is something you must know." Timmy listened intently as Tiran continued. "There is a prophecy," Tiran said, "of a great challenge that will test the unity and kindness of your forest. It is said that only through true collaboration and trust can the forest overcome it." The days following Tiran's visit were peaceful, but a sense of foreboding lingered. The animals continued their daily routines, but they couldn't shake the feeling that something was coming. One evening, dark clouds began to gather over the forest. A fierce storm was brewing, unlike any the animals had seen before. Thunder roared and lightning flashed, casting eerie shadows over the forest. The storm raged for days, uprooting trees and flooding the once serene pond. The animals took shelter, but they were scared and uncertain. The forest that had been their safe haven now seemed like a place of danger. Timmy knew it was time to act. He called for a meeting at the heart of the forest, where all the animals could gather safely. Despite the raging storm, the animals came together, drawn by Timmy's unwavering leadership. "We must stay united," Timmy said, his voice calm and reassuring. "This storm is a test of our strength and kindness. We need to support each other and work together to rebuild our home." The animals nodded in agreement. Rosie the rabbit suggested creating a network of burrows to provide shelter for those whose homes had been destroyed. Oliver the owl proposed using his wisdom to find new sources of food. Sammy the squirrel offered to gather supplies and build temporary shelters. With a plan in place, the animals set to work. The storm continued to rage, but their spirits remained unbroken. Timmy led by example, helping wherever he was needed and encouraging others with his kind words and actions. Rosie, with her quick digging skills, created a series of interconnected burrows. These burrows provided safe havens for the smaller animals who had lost their homes. Oliver flew high above the forest, scouting for untouched food sources and guiding the animals to safety. Sammy, using his nimble paws, collected nuts, berries, and leaves to create makeshift shelters. The animals worked tirelessly, supporting one another through the challenging times. During the rebuilding efforts, Timmy stumbled upon a cave that had been hidden by dense foliage. The entrance was partially submerged by the rising floodwaters, but Timmy felt a strange pull towards it. With the help of Rosie, Oliver, and Sammy, they managed to clear the entrance and venture inside. The cave was vast and filled with sparkling crystals that illuminated the dark interior. As they ventured deeper, they discovered ancient carvings on the walls depicting stories of past challenges and how unity and kindness had always prevailed. In the center of the cave, they found a large, crystal-clear pool. The water seemed to glow with an ethereal light. Tiran, who had been quietly observing their progress, appeared at the entrance of the cave. "This is the heart of the forest," Tiran explained. "It is a source of great power and wisdom. It has remained hidden, waiting for those who embody the true spirit of kindness and unity to find it." Timmy and his friends gathered around the glowing pool. As they gazed into the water, they felt a surge of energy and clarity. The pool seemed to communicate with them, showing visions of a future where the forest thrived once more. Tiran spoke softly. "The heart of the forest has chosen you. Use its power wisely. It will guide you and provide the strength you need to overcome this storm." Timmy dipped his paw into the pool, and a ripple of light spread across the water. He felt a deep sense of connection to the forest and all its inhabitants. With renewed determination, Timmy led his friends back to the surface, ready to face the challenges ahead. As they emerged from the cave, the storm began to subside. The dark clouds parted, and the sun broke through, casting a golden light over the forest. The animals cheered, their spirits lifted by the sight of the clear sky. Timmy gathered the animals once more. "We have faced the storm together," he said. "Now, with the power of the heart of the forest, we will rebuild and make our home even stronger." The animals, inspired by Timmy's words, set to work with renewed vigor. The heart of the forest provided them with guidance and strength, helping them to rebuild their homes and restore the forest to its former glory. With the storm behind them, the forest entered a period of unprecedented prosperity. The trees grew taller and greener, the ponds sparkled with crystal-clear water, and the animals thrived in their harmonious community. Timmy continued to lead with kindness and wisdom, always remembering the lessons of the heart of the forest. Rosie, Oliver, and Sammy remained by his side, each contributing their unique skills to the well-being of the forest. Felix the fox, now a trusted member of the community, used his cunning to protect the forest from outside threats. He had truly learned the value of kindness and unity, and he dedicated himself to helping others. To celebrate their triumph over the storm and the discovery of the heart of the forest, the animals decided to hold a grand festival of unity. They invited creatures from neighboring forests and villages to join in the festivities. The festival was a vibrant display of music, dance, and storytelling. The animals shared their experiences and the lessons they had learned, spreading the message of kindness and unity far and wide. Timmy was honored as the guest of the festival, but he humbly acknowledged the contributions of all his friends. "We are all guardians of this forest," he said. "Together, we have created a place of harmony and kindness. Let us continue to care for our home and each other." As the years passed, the story of the tiny turtle Timmy and his friends became a legend. It was told and retold by animals and humans alike, inspiring countless others to embrace kindness and generosity. The forest remained a place of beauty and harmony, where all creatures lived in peace and supported one another. The heart of the forest continued to guide and protect them, ensuring that the legacy of kindness endured. Timmy grew older, but his spirit remained strong. He passed on his knowledge and the lessons of the heart of the forest to the younger animals, ensuring that the values of kindness, wisdom, and unity would continue to thrive. As Timmy prepared to pass on his responsibilities, he found two young turtles, Mia and Max, who showed the same kindness and bravery that had guided him throughout his life. "Mia and Max," Timmy said, "I am passing on this responsibility to you. Take care of our forest and all its inhabitants. Remember, kindness is the greatest gift you can give." Mia and Max promised to uphold Timmy's legacy. They continued to care for the forest, ensuring that it remained a place of harmony and kindness. One day, Mia and Max discovered a strange plant growing near the heart of the forest. It had shimmering leaves and a golden glow. They decided to investigate and learn more about this mysterious plant. Their journey took them to distant lands and introduced them to new friends. Along the way, they faced challenges and learned valuable lessons about perseverance and teamwork. In a remote valley, they met a group of wise old turtles who revealed the secret of the plant. "This plant is a symbol of hope and renewal," they explained. "It grows only in places where kindness and unity thrive. Its leaves have healing properties that can benefit all creatures." Mia and Max carefully harvested some of the leaves and returned to the forest. They shared the plant's healing properties with their friends, ensuring that everyone benefited from its magic. To celebrate the discovery of the magical plant, the animals organized a grand festival of renewal. They invited creatures from neighboring forests and villages, spreading the message of kindness and unity even further. The festival was a joyous occasion filled with music, dance, and stories of bravery and generosity. It became an annual tradition, reminding everyone of the importance of living in harmony. The story of the tiny turtle Timmy, Mia, Max, and their friends lived on, inspiring countless others to embrace kindness and generosity. The forest remained a place of harmony, where all creatures lived in peace and supported one another. The legacy of kindness and unity continued to thrive, ensuring that the forest remained a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who heard its story. And so, the story of the tiny turtle and his journey of kindness lived on, reminding everyone that true strength lies in the goodness of the heart and the willingness to help others.